purchased a lot of crochet tools in my years of crocheting, and I wanted to share with you the tools that I use every day or every week when I crochet. They help me stay organized and on top, and they are my go-to grab first tools. Hey friends, I'm Diana and welcome to my channel. Today I am going to be sharing with you my most favorite tools that I pick up, I grab, I use every time I crochet or every time I need to organize. They are my favorite crochet items to use. Obviously, we are going to start with crochet hooks. I have a couple that I really like. These are both by Clover. I like this one right here because it has a bit of a grip to it and it feels really soft on my hands. And I also like this one. There we go. This one, but I use both interchangeably. I use them every day. They help my hands not to fatigue. They're shaped a little bit differently. The shanks are a little bit shorter. I'm a tight crocheter, so I like this brand. I've used other ones, and these are the ones that I go back to. I started with basic ones off of Amazon that had a little bit of grip to them, and they just didn't feel right on my hands. All of the items that I am going to share with you are linked in the description below. The next item that I want to talk about, because we're going to go through these really quickly, but then I have bigger tools that I want to share with you. These, I love sharp pointy scissors. I like them because they can get into areas and like if you're making amigurumi, you can stuff things in. You can also trim real closely to your work and get in there, where larger scissors, you have to seem to go down in the base of it. And I don't want to do that. I want to have more control. So I like these handled, the short shanked, there we go, scissors. I really like that. The last little thing that I grab every time I crochet are metal, let's see if that'll focus on there, metal darning needles. Now I've tried plastic ones and I didn't like plastic ones because they flex on me. And because I crochet so tightly, I really like to use the metal, as it seems like I can get in there and tuck my extra tails into my work more easily with the metal darning needles. So one of my favorite tools is this yarn winder. I like it because it's mostly metal. I mean, there are some plastic pieces in there, but it is pretty heavy duty. And I will show you how it works here in a minute. So I'm going to wind this large skein of Bernat blanket yarn, and I will show you what this turns into in the end, but let me demonstrate on how it works. This is how I wind yarn. So you push the yarn through this back, there's a hole back there, and then you kind of push it in, there's a hole here, and then simple, easy peasy, there's a little split and you slide that in there. What I like to do to give me a little bit more tension when I am winding my yarn is I will rest my hand here, and then I just begin, oops, just like that. You have to start slow because sometimes it pulls out because I didn't give it enough tail to catch. So there, now I'm going to wind it, and then it just winds like this. And then you can get going pretty good. But this is how this works. And I will show you how big of a cake this becomes at the end. But I love this winder. I have several skeins of yarn that I'm going to wind up probably today, just so that they can fit better and more organized. That's why I like cakes. But I will wind this yarn, and then at the end, I will show you what it looks like. All right, now that my cake is done, I'm going to pull it off here, but I wanted to show you, demonstrate on what I do when this is all done. So before I pull this off, I'm going to find the end here. And I use one of these snap clips. I got them from Dollar Tree. And you can use bobby pins or alligator clips, but I like to just snap it in there so it holds the end in. So now it's snapped in. And, you know, I want to remember what this yarn is. And so I will take the wrapper and I tear it where it will have the name the name of the yarn and what type of yarn it is. So I'll probably just do like this. And then I roll it up in a little tube so that the name of the yarn will be on the outside. Just roll that up. Now I'm sure other people have another effective way, but this is how I found that I like to do it. And I always pull my yarn from center pull. So I will pull out the tail here, leave that out, and then I will put the little rolled up tube, and this slides right off. And I push this down in the center, and that's what the cake looks like. Now, sometimes there's like a tail, so I'll just kind of push it down in here. So this is how I use my yarn winder that I really, really like. And then I can throw this away and I won't have leftover wrapper. And lastly, when I go to use this yarn, I just pull out the little rolled up tube because I do pull from the center. And when I'm done using the yarn, I will slip this down in here. Now, if this got misshapen, you know, that I used a lot or whatever, I'll just stick it back on my tool here and wind it up, and there we go. Demonstrate this safety eye setter that I got off of Amazon. I cannot remember who suggested it to me, but it's actually become one of my favorite tools that I pick up every time. I will show you. I'm gonna show it what it looks like, and then I'm gonna demonstrate how it works. So the safety eye setter looks like this. And then in the bottom, let me see if I can focus there. So you can see there's a hole, but there's also a way. So the safety eye setter that I just demonstrated. So this safety eye setter has 3 different sizes that it can use. So if you use the bottom, it is for 14 centimeters or less on the shank. And then the middle size, which is this one, which I tend to use more often, is suitable for safety eyes with 9 centimeters or less. And then there's another one that is smaller. The hole is smaller. It's for 9 centimeters or less. So that's a pretty cool thing that it's adjustable. Now I'm going to put it together, and then I will demonstrate on a current whip that I'm making. I am catching up on my whips. Woo, go me. And I will show you how it works. It's actually super cool. I'm excited to show you. So there's the center, and this is the size that I want to use. And you just slide it in there, push it down. Hopefully that's focusing for you. And then what's cool is this part is soft. Like this gray part is soft, so that it doesn't scratch your safety eye. So then what you do is you come over with your work and you place it over your safety eye. What you do is you will take the back of your safety eye and you put it on the back of your safety eye, and you slide it to where the shank will go into this hole right here. So let's see if we can finagle it and get it to work, because I crocheted up a lot and I don't want to have to pull it out. My safety eye's on the back there, so we'll just go over here to this other side and do the same thing. Let's make sure it's centered. Saves your fingers. There it goes. It's all the way on there. There it is on the back. Pretty cool how that works. Now there are my safety eyes all attached, and I can continue on with this project and finish it. The name of this tool is quite long and can be found on Amazon, but it's the Gyoshi safety tool for large size safety eyes. And I will add that in the description below so that you can find this safety eye tool. And if you decide that you want to wait till later, you can always put it in your like wish list on Amazon. It can also be found in my Amazon storefront. I have shared a lot of my favorite tools in that in my storefront, so that if you're looking for some cool tools or cool whatever gadgets, you can find them there. This next tool that I would like to talk about, I just got and I've already fell in love. It is this little disc thing, it looks like, but it's actually a shiny mini portable yarn spinner. That's a lot of words. So it is shiny. Isn't that cool? And I got to pick the color that I wanted. She also carries rose pink, sky blue. This one's the grape purple, lemon, and avocado. They're all really cool colors. It took a little bit to ship to me, but it's currently on sale. And what I liked about this is that I can take this anywhere I want to. This fits right into my crochet bag. You pull this out and you tighten it down in the center like that. And then, let's see here. I will show you just a second. You will take your ball of yarn or this cake of yarn and put it right in the center. And then you can work with your yarn this way. And it comes right off the spinner. Now, the same thing works if you have a skein of yarn. Let me show you what that looks like. And I'll flip the camera around so we can see it a little bit better. So it's all set up and ready to go. So this piece just screws right down in there. And then you will put your skein of yarn right on the top, and then you unroll your skein of yarn that way. Now, I thought this would be really cool if you wanted to use it in a yarn bowl too. It just sits right down in there if you want to do that. If you want to do that, you could leave it down in a yarn bowl. But that is the portable yarn spinner. Now, she also has them in larger sizes. If you would like one that's large and you don't really care that it's portable, I wanted something that was a like dual purpose item. So that's why I picked this one. It was inspired by another crocheter, so this is pretty cool. There we go. You can see it's kind of like The Price is Right. And another reason why I really like this one, this is pretty heavy duty material. It has the metal part piece in there, and then it has a little soft little feet here so that it won't scratch up your table. And this is also metal inside. So pretty durable, and I think worth the money what I paid for it. I realized that I didn't share a really cool thing that this yarn spinner has. So it will unscrew, and the head of this will just slip right down in here. Slips right into the center right there. Just slips right in there. And when you purchase this, it comes with this cute little bag with a bow on it. And then you slip your little thing in there, and then it zips closed. And there you go. It's pretty awesome. I would love to know what your favorite tools are that you use when you crochet or you knit. Drop them in the comments below. If you enjoyed today's content, please consider subscribing to my channel. I appreciate you watching. Happy crocheting.